What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of History Behind the Horror. I'm your host, Fontaine. For tonight's episode, we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be starting a new series that I always wanted to do for a little while now called Full Story. Well, I'm going to be telling you guys what happens in a horror game from start to finish. Now, we usually just take one character out of a horror game and talk about their lore and backgrounds and etc, etc. But as I said, I'm going to be taking a horror game like Silent Hill, Dead Space, or Bioshock, as you see right here, and telling you guys what happened from start to finish. So if you guys do enjoy this video and you would love to see me do more things in this series, please let me know by liking and sharing the video. It does help us out a lot, and put in the comments for what other full story you would like to know. So also remember, there will be spoilers in this whole series, so just a little warning. So as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Bioshock takes place in 1960 in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, where Jack, sole survivor of a plane crash, discovers the entrance to the underwater city of Rapture at the end of a civil war which left most of this utopia in despair. Finding himself in an alien world, he has no choice but to fight for his survival against the Splicers, degenerated citizens addicted to the genetic material known as Adam, and all the traps laid down by the city's visionary founder, Andrew Ryan. His only help lies in Atlas, a revolutionary man seeking to escape safely to the surface with his family. At the start of the game, the protagonist Jack is a passenger on an airliner which goes down in the Atlantic Ocean in 1960, sometime after order society in Rapture has collapsed. After servicing, Jack finds himself the only survivor of the crash and swims to a nearby towering lighthouse on an island. He finds there a bathysphere which descends him into the ocean's abyss and the entrance to the underwater city of Rapture. An Irishman, Atlas, assists Jack in making his way to safety via the surface radio found in the submarine vessel. Andrew Ryan, believing Jack to be an agent of a surface nation, uses Rapture's automated system and his pheromone-controlled splicers against him. Atlas tells Jack that the only way he can survive is to use the abilities granted by plasmids, and that he must kill the Little Sisters, accompanied by their hulking armored protectors, the Big Daddies, to extract their Atom. Inadvertently crossing paths with Jack, Dr. T urges him to save the Little Sisters instead, giving him a plasmid that will safely kill the embedded sea slugs in each Little Sister, reverting them back into normal girls. Atlas says his wife and child have been hiding on a submarine and directs Jack towards it. Just as Jack and Atlas reach the bay where it is located, Ryan has it destroyed. An enraged Atlas guides Jack on a mission to kill Ryan. Eventually, Jack confronts Ryan in his office, where the latter is casually playing golf. Ryan reveals a truth that he has pieced together. Jack was actually born in Rapture a mere 4 years ago, genetically modified to mature rapidly. He is Ryan's illegitimate son by an affair with Jasmine Jolene, an exotic dancer. Ryan further reveals that after purchasing Jack's embryo, Frank Fontaine designed him to obey orders that were preceded or followed by the specific phrase, "Would you kindly?" Jack was then sent to the surface when the Rapture Civil War started to put him behind Ryan's reach. When a conflict between Fontaine and Ryan reached a stalemate, Jack was sent instructions to board a flight with a package and to use its contents, a revolver, to hijack and crash the plane near the lighthouse, enabling him to return to Rapture as a tool of Fontaine. Because Jack was Ryan's son, he could freely use Rapture's elevator network, which had been locked out to anyone except those within Ryan's genetic ballpark. Finally, Ryan has Jack kill him, wanting to die on his own terms. With Ryan's death, Jack realizes too late that Atlas has also been using the trigger phrase to control him. Atlas reveals himself to be Frank Fontaine, who faked his death to throw Ryan off his trail and take control of the city, leaving Jack at the mercy of the reactivated security systems. Dr. T and her Little Sisters help Jack escape through the vent system, where he falls and loses consciousness. When Jack awakens, Dr. T has already deactivated some of his conditioned responses, such as the trigger phrase itself, and assists him in breaking the remaining ones, among them one that would have eventually stopped his heart. With the help of the Little Sisters, Jack is able to track down Fontaine. The mob boss, having been cornered, injects himself with a vast amount of Atom and becomes an inhuman monster. Jack battles him, eventually prevailing and allowing the Little Sisters to subdue and extract the Atom from his body, killing him. 3 endings are possible depending on how the player interacted with the Little Sisters, all narrated by Dr. T. If the player rescues all the Little Sisters, therefore saving their lives, the ending shows 5 Little Sisters returning to the surface with Jack and living full lives under his care, including their graduation from college, getting married, and having children. It ends on a heartwarming tone, with an elderly Jack surrounded on his deathbed by all 5 of the adult Little Sisters. If the player harvested and therefore killed all of the Little Sisters, the game ends with Jack turning on the sisters after defeating Fontaine, presumably killing them all and taking their Atom. Dr. T narrates what occurred, condemning Jack and his actions, voiced thick with anger and contempt. Later in the second ending, a ballistic missile submarine carrying a nuclear missile comes across the wreckage of the plane and is suddenly surrounded by spheres containing splicers. The splicers kill all hands aboard the submarine and take control of it. If the player saved some of the little sisters but killed a few as well, the ending is visibly identical to the second one, though the tone of Dr. T's voice is a sad one as opposed to an angry one.
They offered you everything, yes. And in return, you gave them what I have come to expect of you. Brutality. You took what you wanted. All the atom, all the power. And the Rapture trembled. But in the end, even the Rapture was not enough for you. Your father was terrified the world would try to steal the secrets of his city. But not you, for now you have stolen the terrible secrets of the world. They offered you everything, yes? And in return, you gave them what you always did. Brutality. You took what you wanted. All the atom, all the power. And Rapture trembled. But in the end, even Rapture was not enough for you. Your father was terrified that the world would try to steal the secrets of his city. For you now have stolen the terrible secrets of the world.
I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now if you don't call that family, I know what is. And
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
And And that ends yet another episode of History Behind the Horror. A short episode, but a really good one nonetheless. And if you also enjoyed this video and you would love to see more from the full story series, make sure to please like this video and share this video. It does help this channel out a lot. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we got things coming up soon that I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss. Make sure you guys hit the bell notification so you always stay up to date when a new video is released. And put in the comment section for what other HBTH episodes you would like to see in the near future. With that being said, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and I will see you on the next episode of History Behind